are on or off. turn this on so I don't forget like I normally do.
7 o'clock.
Alrighty. All right. The time is now 7 p.m. I want to welcome everybody. We have a lot of folks here tonight. This is our regular monthly meeting of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for Oakland. We're going to call the meeting to order. Madam Recorder, we do have a quorum. All members are present. At this time, we're going to stand. I'm going to ask Alderman Bailey to lead us in the prayer and followed by the pledge.
Father, we thank you again for the opportunity to serve our community. We ask, Lord, that you would give us insight, give us wisdom, give us direction. We ask that you would keep your hand upon all of our first responders, police, fire, EMTs, keep them all safe, and all of our other employees that go about this city to keep the town humming. We ask, Lord, now you would keep your hand on this meeting, and we ask it in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. First up is the approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do have one. There's a couple of things I'd like to add to it. First of all, I would like to make a motion to add to the agenda at the very end under other items of business, number B at the very end to
New business?
new business, isn't it?
Yes, under item 15.
15, yes, new
We could
business.
add E, resolution 2524.
Yes, and with those three items, I'd
It has
recommend.
to do with the demolition services for 215 Mallory Drive. That's all.
So am I understanding correctly that you made a motion to approve the agenda with those three additions?
Correct.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Second from the Vice Mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have an agenda. All right, first up is the approval of minutes from June 19th, 2025. This is our regular board meeting. If everybody's had some time to look over those, I will take a motion whenever you are ready.
Make a motion to accept them.
We have a motion to accept the minutes from the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Hummel. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is the June 11th, 2025 special call meeting minutes. Take a motion whenever you're ready.
Make a motion to add.
Motion to approve from the Vice Mayor. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is the approval of the special call meeting minutes for June the 30th, 2025. Take a motion when you're ready.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Alderman Hummel. Second. Second from Alderman Austin. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Sometimes that's hard to say. Okay. If you'll give me 1 minute here, board. Okay. All right. Next on the agenda is a special item, a proclamation in honor of H. Michael Brown. If you will allow me, I would like to read this into the record. It's a proclamation honoring the life and legacy of H. Michael Brown. Whereas the town of Oakland mourns the loss of our previous mayor, H. Michael Brown, who passed away on June the 1st, 2025, leaving behind a legacy of leadership, dedication, and public service. And whereas H. Michael Brown faithfully served the citizens of the town of Oakland with integrity, compassion, and unwavering commitment, earning the respect and admiration of colleagues, residents, and peers alike. And whereas during his tenure as mayor, H. Michael Brown played a vital role in shaping the growth and progress of our community through initiatives that improved infrastructure, supported local businesses, and enhanced the quality of life for all citizens. And whereas, beyond public office, H. Michael Brown was a beloved member of the community, known for his generosity, wisdom, and genuine care for others. And whereas the passing of H. Michael Brown is a profound loss, not only to his family and friends, but also to the entire town of Oakland, which is forever grateful for his selfless contributions. Now, therefore, I, Adrian Wiggins, Mayor of the town of Oakland, on behalf of the Board of Aldermen and all our citizens, do hereby proclaim the month of July as H. Michael Brown Remembrance Month in the town of Oakland, and urge all residents to join in honoring the life, service, and enduring legacy of H. Michael Brown. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the town of Oakland to be affixed this 17th day of July, 2025. It's signed by the mayor and by the town recorder. At this time, I would like for his family to come up so I can present this proclamation to you.
Come up in the center.
You guys come on up here. He is a friend and a good former mayor. On behalf of the town of Oakland, we'd like to present you this proclamation. And if you can hold it so she can see it, she'll take a picture.
Maybe tilt it just a little bit down. Or, yeah, there you go. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We need to move it.
Almost permanent anchors. Okay, continuing on with the meeting. Citizens' comments are next. This is the portion of the agenda that is reserved for public comment from Town of Oakland residents who wish to comment on matters that are germane to the items on tonight's agenda. Speakers shall limit their comments to 3 minutes unless additional time is allowed by the chair, and the total length for this public comment period shall not exceed 10 minutes. Is there anyone here tonight who wishes to speak? Yes, ma'am. Come forward.
Honorable Mayor and Council people, Council. As the Council may or not be aware, may or may not, the Driver Services Center building's parking lot has become insufficient for the expanded amount of traffic being generated by people coming here from all over to use its services. As a result, a severe narrowing of Bo Tisdale Drive has been created by the excess of cars lining both sides of the street, also congesting the Bo Tisdale Drive Kyle Edwards intersection, resulting in potentially hazardous driving conditions in the area. Car doors are opened indiscriminately in front of the approaching vehicles as people wander all over, including standing in the middle of the road, talking with one another inattentively, along with, but not limited to, those with children. Additionally, many people are regularly parking in front of the fire hydrants, thereby impeding their access. Despite the posted 20-mile-an-hour speed limit assigned to the stretch of road between Highway 64 and where Bo Tisdale Drive intersects with Kyle Edwards Road, driving conditions have been unduly treacherous. Short of expanding the driver's service center's parking lot, even if possible, the residents of Somerset subdivision are requesting a series of no parking signs to run the full length of the east side of Beau Tisdale Drive, beginning at the intersection of Beau Tisdale Drive and Kyle Edward Road, then terminating north on Highway 64. Additional signs stating no parking at any time are requested to be posted on the west side of Beau Tisdale Drive from the north entrance of the Driver's Service Center, continuing south to include the intersection of Kyle Edwards Road and Beau Tisdale Drive. This will ensure access for all driving lanes over a full 24-hour period of time, encompassing both at Kyle Edwards Road and Beau Tisdale Drive to be unimpeded at any point. As it stands, people are literally parking their vehicles on the corners, plus the approaches to this yet unmarked intersection. A restriction of no parking here to corner on Beau Tisdale Drive heading north, though also encompassing a distance rounding the corner onto Kyle Edward Road leading east, is also requested. Finally, a no parking here to corner sign within the municipality's assigned distance from the already existing corner stop sign that approaches from the east to Kyle Edwards Road will secure safe travel in either direction, north or south, on Beau Tisdale Drive is also requested. As of now, one needs to creep out most often in the center of Kyle Edwards Road just to progress onto Beau Tisdale Drive to travel in either direction, north or south. The loosely described standards for placement of road signs on residential streets and in subdivisions is estimated to be 25 to 75 feet apart, signs being approximately 12 to 18 inches in size for the greatest visibility possible. These guidelines, of course, vary by municipality. Also addressed must be a serious cutback of all brushes, trees, and other vegetation on a regular basis to ensure proper sign visibility, especially to prospective drivers considering to park on the restricted east side of the road. Thank you for your consideration to help smooth some of our the expansion issues in our community continues to grow in the future.
Ms. Amadeo, I'm sorry, can you please just state your name and address for the record?
Yes, Julie Amodio, and I'm at 225 Tate Drive in Oakland, Tennessee.
Thank you.
Okay.
We will take that under advisement.
Thank you very much.
We have several department heads and a town attorney that can look into these matters.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Seeing no one coming forward, the citizens' comments portion will be closed. And we'll move on to the next comments from the mayor. I hope everyone's enjoying their summer. I waited until the water rates went up to go ahead and pressure wash my driveway so I could help the town of Oakland a little bit more. I don't really have too many comments tonight. I hope everybody's having a good summer and continuing to enjoy living in Oakland. With that said, we'll go ahead and go to the comments from the Board of Aldermen. Vice Mayor Cates, do you have anything tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Dennis for finally getting that yard over there cut. Now, do we have to go through this again, or does this automatically come in effect?
We'll have to go through it again.
Do what?
We'll have to go through it again.
The grass is 12 inches high right now. Not all of it, but some of it. It don't say how much has to be 12 inches, right? It's weeds and it's already 12 inches, so we need to start the process over.
But I'm pretty sure we have to go through the whole process again.
Gotta go through the process again, but, some of it's 12 inches.
The weeds already over 12.
Mr. Cates, if you'll allow me, I want to make a comment. I just want to ask the attorney, can we not put something in ordinance that deals with repeat offenders? Because I know in other municipalities in Tennessee, they don't go through these processes that we go through. You get a letter, it gives you 10 days to correct the problem. If you haven't, they come cut your grass for you and they send you a $200 bill.
Well, there's nobody lives there.
Someone owns the house.
Yeah, this is a unique property, just like the one that we dealt with before. We don't know how to communicate with the property owner. So ultimately, the property's gonna be sold at a tax sale.
How long does that have to sit empty before you can claim it's condemned?
Well, you can condemn it when it is, when it meets the definition of the statute of being in fact, we're going through one tonight where we're getting approval to have a house, demolished. But where it meets the definition of the statute of being a health hazard to the town, and the, state of disrepair is more than 50% of its current fair market value, which can be, done through an appraisal, then you can go through, condemnation proceedings.
Well, thank you, Dennis.
Are they delinquent in their property taxes?
They are not. The property taxes are being paid.
It's in California.
How would it go forward to a tax sale if they're
The,
current on their taxes?
well, there's going to be an assessment, a special assessment added to their property taxes.
Right.
For the cost of every yard cutting that we have with them. And if they don't pay it, which they probably are going to protest over it, then it would go to a tax sale. Now, if they pay it, we get our money back. That's not a perfect fix, because we're still having to deal with, overgrown yards and the paperwork involved, with, sending out the notices, and in this case, having to publish it for, 2 consecutive weeks in the newspaper. So, there's stress on our staff of having to comply with all of those requirements.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, other municipalities don't do that. They give you 10 days and they show up and they cut your grass and they send you a bill.
We're giving them 10 days, but most of the time when you're giving, property owners 10 days, we have proof that they're getting a receipt of it through a certified, signed green card. These people
Okay.
are not signing, their green card, it's coming back unclaimed, so,
I understand. Well,
Is there any way we could put a lawsuit against them? We know who owns it.
but I mean, your lawsuit, the answer to that is yes, that's a very good question. So the statute allows you to sue them in general sessions court, but are you gonna sue somebody that you're never gonna get service on and get a judgment against somebody that you're never gonna collect the judgment from? The better way to do it is to lien up their property through, your tax lien. And, again, it's not a perfect fix. You're still having an overgrown yard every, whatever it is, 4 weeks or however long it takes for the grass to grow up to 12 inches.
do they have to pay that next year when they pay their property taxes, or do they have to?
They have 2 years to pay it.
Okay.
I know Dennis, them not in the business of going out cutting grass. They got enough to do without that, but it's just outrageous. It's just sickening for anybody to have to live
It's a
close to
byproduct
that.
of these investment properties.
All right. Okay. Alderman Campbell.
Yeah, I know it's been a while since our 4th of July fireworks, but I would like to say Oakland PD, Oakland Fire Department, y'all did a great job keeping everyone safe. I appreciate you. Oakland Parks, you fought a heck of a battle, but it's hard to beat all that rain. If you weren't there, you missed a good fireworks display. And what people didn't understand it, once they're set up, they get paid if they're fired off or not. Thank you.
And the traffic went out without a hitch.
Yes.
Alderman Austin? Alderman Hummel?
I have nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Bailey?
Yes, I'd like, to put out kudos to Dennis. Came out and picked the bulk of 2 trees up off in front of my yard. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, moving on to consideration of department director reports. Is there any department head here tonight who wishes to address the board? Yes, come forward.
The big thing I want to talk about is the property across the street, the house on 64 Highway straight across from us that is going to be torn down. The last week and the next 2 weeks coming up, we're going to be training in there. So you'll probably see a lot of smoke coming out of it. You'll see a lot of activities around there. So we kind of wanted to let the public know that we are under control and it's just not burning up. They actually wanted us to burn the property down, which would have saved them a lot of money, but the laws have changed, and TDEC regulates that everything, all the shingles have to come off of it, all the wiring has to come out of it, so it's just not practical to do that. But we're gonna actually be setting live fires in the structure and smoking it up, throwing ladders, and going through rescue scenarios. So we want the general public to know what's going on. That's,
Thank you, Chief. While you're here, any questions for the chief tonight? Okay, thanks.
thank you.
Any other department head that wants to come forward?
Wait a minute, I have something for the chief.
Go ahead.
Congratulations on rescuing Mr. Hank, the little dog that got stuck underneath the shed. Thank you
Yeah,
for doing that.
he got stuck, stuffed in there, and assistant chief and the crew went over there and used airbags to lift the structure up to get him out, because he was actually stuck. He just wasn't under there.
Now, did you suggest then to put some fencing around that shed at the bottom to keep him from
Hank's gonna
crawling
do-
back in there again?
Hank will do what he wants to do.
Thank you, Chief.
All righty.
Is Blake here tonight?
No, sir, he's out on the job, and Commissioner McDonald is out as well.
Okay. Any other department heads who want to come forward, or is there any question from an alderman to a department head? Okay, moving on. Town manager's report.
Only thing I want to do is just, again, publicly thank the entire staff, Dennis as well, but everyone from the top to the bottom. These guys work hard every day, every night. Power was out the other night, departments were out, directors were out, left their homes. Again, just thank you guys for choosing to work here. I appreciate every one of you. That's all I have.
Do we know what caused that? Was that a brownout?
Lightning struck the substation is what I was told. And kudos to Chickasaw Electric. I don't think it was much over 20 minutes. At one
No.
point on their website, I saw over 6,100 residents without
Yes.
power. That's it.
An
Thank you.
apocalypse.
Okay, we have 3 ordinances tonight on old business. Mr. Minor, do we need a public hearing on all 3 of these tonight? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, the first ordinance is ordinance 2503. It's about the portable storage containers, establishing permits required. I will declare a public hearing open. Is there any resident who wishes to speak for or against this ordinance? Seeing no one coming forward, I will declare the public hearing closed. And I will entertain a motion to hear from the alderman.
I'll make a motion to hear ordinance 25-03 regarding the portable storage containers.
I have a motion to hear from Alderman Hummel. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Bailey. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2503. Mr. Ellis.
As mentioned, this is second and final reading, ordinance 2503. This ordinance defines pods. It establishes a permit process, fees, and penalties for violation of this ordinance. We currently do not have an ordinance in place. I can tell you within the last year, we have cited someone to court for a pod. The judge threw it out because we did not have an ordinance to support it. This is recommended by the staff that this be approved.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
We pass this, when will it take effect, and how would you notify persons that might have these files, say, because I know specifically there was a couple in my head.
Yeah, there are several. It would become effective immediately after signing. We would do common courtesy and do site visits with the people that currently have pods and make them aware of this ordinance, give them a copy of it.
Any other questions or comments? I'll take a motion when you're ready.
I make a motion to pass.
I have a motion to pass ordinance 2503 from Vice Mayor Cates. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is ordinance 2504, to amend the municipal code about parking on the streets. I will now declare a public hearing open. Is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this ordinance? Seeing no one coming forward, we will close the public hearing. I'll entertain a motion to hear from the alderman.
Make a motion to hear ordinance 25.
I have a motion to hear from Alderman Bailey. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Hummel. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Ellis.
Again, ordinance 2504, second and final reading. It's simply adding language to ordinance 1801 that would allow us to enforce vehicles parked on the streets. We are adding "and streets" to the existing ordinance. We're not changing anything else, on a lot or street instead of just a lot. People have been parking in the street, and again, we had no legal way to enforce this with trailers and large trucks. If you look in paragraph 3, section 3, it defines what vehicles, there's a long list there. That's not being changed. That's existing in the ordinance. We're just adding on lots, on a lot or street.
This doesn't prohibit regular passenger cars in any way.
No.
Okay. Any comments or questions, any discussion from the board?
Mr. Mayor, I have one.
Yes.
There are several streets that I know around town here that are not that wide. They're very narrow in the neighborhoods. And if you have someone parking on both sides of the streets, our firemen can't get the trucks down there. So is there any way that we could put an addition in here to put fire lanes on streets if they are within a certain width? Because I had a discussion with the chief a while back about that, because I had trouble getting, and I asked him, how do you get a fire truck in there?
From my
He said if it's
experience-
life-threatening, he's gonna move the cars. Let's put it
Yes.
that way. So, if they were just parked on one side of the street,
I
they
would-
could get in and
Go
out.
ahead.
On boards past, we've looked into this, about allowing parking only on one side of the street or another. It just, Mr. Minor, I'll let you talk, 'cause you can tell them that we can't do it better than I can. Or it's very difficult.
It is, but I mean, it can be regulated.
I would,
Nothing we can do about that.
Well, we talked about putting a fire lane on one side of the street, and then, but then, it's like, well, you can park on the right but not on the left, but that doesn't help people who live on coves or dead-end streets. We've spent a lot of time on this in the past.
So I mean, I can get my files out and get back up to speed on it, talk about it in workshops if we need to.
that's what I would suggest, that we approve this ordinance as is on second reading and address this and discuss this in the upcoming work session.
I know the problem that I've seen is you've got houses on both sides, and both of them are parked in front of their house. Instead of one parking up and the other one back, kind of diagonally, it would help, but they just park straight across, and as Dan said, some of these streets are narrow.
And sometimes people have people over and have parties and things like that, and the whole street gets full of cars. That's where the difficulty comes.
That impedes our emergency service at times. Or could.
Any other discussion?
Would this, excuse me, Mayor, will this also benefit the young lady that spoke over here about the DMV?
I don't believe it will. This will not address that. That's what we would have to come up with something at a later date if Mr. Minor can find something feasible for us to
That's a public street.
pass. Well, but this doesn't address passenger cars. This is large vehicles and
know.
trucks and trailers and,
But I've seen trucks pulling trailers parked over there.
any other discussion? I'll take a motion when you're ready.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 2504.
I have a motion to accept ordinance 2504 from Alderman Bailey. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Hummel. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is ordinance 2508. This is about gypsum board and amending our municipal code. At this point, I will declare a public hearing open. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak on gypsum board? Seeing no one coming forward, I'll declare the public hearing closed. And I'll take a motion to hear ordinance 2508.
Make a motion to hear 2508.
Motion to hear from Vice Mayor Cates. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Ellis.
As stated, second and final reading on ordinance 2508. This will require 5H Type X gypsum board to be used in all residential structures that utilize combustible truss systems. The purpose of this is to enhance public safety and align local building regulations with best practices in fire prevention. Mr. McDonald and Chief Walls and his crew have worked hard on this, and I believe he'd give it a favorable recommendation as he did last month. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions or comments from the board? I'll take a motion when you're ready.
Make a motion to approve, ordinance 2508.
Motion to approve from Alderman Campbell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Austin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We're getting through this good tonight. Next is new businesses. This is ordinance on first reading. There's an ordinance 2509 to amend Hidden Springs Plan Development. This is the fields of Hidden Springs, phases sections C, D, and E in the General Development Plan. Can I get a motion to hear?
Motion to hear 2509.
Motion to hear ordinance 2509 from Alderman Austin. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. You want to address 2509, I believe?
I will start, and the developer representative is here, as well as Mr. Croton. This is a minor PD amendment on undeveloped phases of existing subdivision. This is not increasing the number of lots. It's actually increasing the number of open spaces and detention.
I will say this, this came through and passed the Planning Commission. Do you want to speak to this in any way, or?
Sure.
Okay. You don't have to. We're going to have another reading, but you are here. State your name for the record.
Yes, sir. My name is Josh Burnett. I'm an engineer representing the developer for this last few phases of the fields. If you recall, if you're familiar with the Hidden Springs, it consists of the gardens, the waters, and then the fields. The gardens is nearly completely developed and built out. The waters, the last few phases have been designed. The fields has 247 lots remaining. If you're used to the fields, Hidden Springs, the design was approved back in the early 2000s, and it was set up as a block grid type subdivision. So they just crammed as many lots in there as they could, and there really wasn't that much creativity. So there's no curvilinear, there was no common open space, there wasn't even any detention, and it's had quite the negative impact on Cypress Creek. So with these last few phases, we're trying to bring a little creativity back. There will be a curvilinear roads. We're giving 3 to 4 acres of detention back, which will be used as a common open space and an amenity to the development, and we're not increasing the lots. So I think it'll be a extra creative and helpful addition to that last few phases. So any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I did see the layout. It looks better than just square blocks.
Sure. Thank you.
Any comments or questions from the alderman?
What's the biggest benefit from this?
Benefit? I think this developer, and then along with me being an engineer, I think it's a benefit to the town. I mean, we're not increasing the lots, and we're not decreasing the amount of roads. This is just trying to give a better product.
Makes it look nicer.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Also, I think you said in your notes that was in here that it addresses the drainage
Yes, ma'am.
situation a lot better, as you
Yes,
just
ma'am.
recently
Thank you for bringing
exposed.
that up. So when you do the lot block grid type subdivision, it's just straight roads and coves. You're not counting for the topography. And that puts residents in a bind when it comes to drainage. So a benefit is that we're able to shed the water off better, get them in the roads, get them to the detention, slow the water down, and not destroy that ditch.
Excellent.
So this is a great example of planning and engineering working together to get a better product.
Any other
Thank you.
discussion? I'll take a,
I'm curious here. I'm looking at this plat for Fountains of Hidden Springs. It says Shelby County, Tennessee.
It's definitely not Shelby County.
Ed?
that says the fountains. I don't think that is, can I see that?
Yeah. It's in this packet.
This is not this development. Do you have the Fountains of Hidden Springs in Shelby County?
I'm not familiar with that one. No, sir.
That's it. Yep, yep. You know we're in Fayette County, right?
Sir?
You know we're in Fayette County, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else? I'll take a motion. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Does anyone wish to make a motion?
I'll make that motion because I live in the gardens of Hidden Springs, so I'm always happy to see things about our drainage situation we have there to improve. So I'll make a motion that we approve the motion of ordinance 25-09 to amend the Hidden Springs Plan Development, the fields as it addresses section C, D, and E.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. Second from Alderman Austin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Tonight, we have no resolutions under old business. We have a few under new business. Resolution 2520. This is a resolution of the town of Oakland approving private chapter number 26. This is the charter. This is the change from the 114th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, amending the town of Oakland charter. Can I have a motion to hear? I understand. Motion to hear resolution 2520.
I make a motion to hear it.
Motion to hear from the vice mayor. Mr. Ellis.
Yes.
We're all familiar with this. This is the charter change that we voted to send to the state. It was approved by the state and sent back. Is that correct?
That's correct.
We had two things that we changed in the charter. They both were returned.
Yes, correct. If you look on your next to last page, section 4, you have a red line version in your packet, and you can see that in section 4, this is cleaning up the language regarding the addition of another alderman once the population exceeds 18,000 people.
That was already in there.
That was in there?
We changed the,
What'd you change?
just so the public's aware, we made two changes. From now on, there are no at-large bids. You have to run for a seat and declare that you are running for a certain seat. And the other change is that it is just a timing issue when it comes to pay, because we had an issue with that last time. Outgoing aldermen are paid through the end of the month of the election. Newly elected aldermen are starting to get paid the month following. We did get both of those things back.
And I think we also had in there, didn't we, about taking their oath? Because before, you waited till the regular meeting, whatever. So I think in it, you put that once it's been certified by the election commission, the first business day after that,
Yes, and
we
part of
take our
this
oath.
is, we also got two things back, and we have one of them here. We have them both. I've seen both of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explain the running for the seats. It's not certain parts of town.
No. Everyone in town still gets to vote for all aldermen. You just have to run for a
Position.
specific position on this board.
When do we find out what our position numbers are?
At the next, it's laid out in here. At the next election, it will be positions 1, 2, and 3 it's in here.
Oh, yeah, I was talking.
So,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
so where does it say that?
Yvonne, if you.
Section 5.3.
Oh, but how do I know what number my seat is? How will I know?
When you go
Okay.
down, the election commission will have positions 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, so they'll just tell us at that time when you go
No,
in?
This doesn't affect anyone that's on this board. It's the next,
2026?
Next
when you go
Next year.
pull your petition for the next election, you will pull for either seats 1, 2, or 3.
That's what she's asking.
Obviously,
That's what
seats-
I'm asking about for 2026.
Yes,
So we won't know what our position number is until that time.
no, but the 1, 2, and 3 positions will be your seat, vice mayor's seat, Alderman
Right.
Campbell's seat.
Right. So they'll pretty much assign it when you go in.
You pick it.
Okay, what number do I want?
There you go. You pick it.
Feng shui, I don't.
Hey, Yvonne, we have 2 of these, and you have 1, and the other one's in another place. There might be some confusion. We're good on everything. We'll talk after. Okay,
I got a question on this charter change.
yes.
Can we bring it up in the next workshop on another charter change that I'd like to see?
We can bring up anything you would like at the next workshop, Mr. Cates.
Harvey, put that on there.
But we're going to discuss that later in the agenda. You can
Yes.
piggyback on it at that time.
Bring it up.
Let me point out, this is going to be a roll call vote to pass this, to satisfy the state. I must have 4 votes to pass this tonight. And we don't want to get sideways with the state. So if there's any other deliberation, any other question, any other comment someone wants to make, please do so now. We're good, Mr. Attorney? Okay.
It's been vetted by the attorneys and that.
You guys are shuffling a lot of papers. I don't like attorneys and town recorders shuffling a bunch of papers when we're talking about something we're about to vote on. I'm just asking. All right, okay. I will entertain a motion to pass Resolution 2520.
I'll make a motion to pass Resolution 2520.
Okay, I have a motion to pass from Alderman Campbell. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Bailey. Okay, if you want to pass it, you vote yes. If you vote to not pass it, you vote no. Alderman Campbell?
Yes.
Alderman Austin?
Yes.
Alderman Hummel?
Yes?
Alderman Bailey?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cates?
Yes.
It's a unanimous decision. 5 votes for, 0 against. Resolution 2520 is adopted. Thank you. I feel like I should bang the gavel after that. That's an official state thing. All righty. Okay, next up is Resolution 2521. This is our solid waste contract and sanitation award. I need a motion to hear.
I'll make a motion to hear it.
Motion to hear from the Vice Mayor, Mr. Ellis.
Yes, this was discussed in the work session earlier. The town received bids on June 9th of this year for a potential new vendor for sanitation. Our current contract expires January the 3rd, 2026. Wanted to get this before you guys in time. If you choose to go to another vendor, it's quite a lengthy process to order cans and lay out routes and get everything mobilized. As discussed, we had 3 bidders. We had Hometown, we had Waste Pro, and our current provider, Waste Connections, bid. In your packet was a summary earlier. We have multiple options in the bid. We had base once-a-week coverage. We had an option of an additional can. We had what we call backdoor customers for handicapped or elderly people. And we also had this contract to include rubbish and yard waste pickup once a week. Our staff currently does that, again, thanks to them with a very short crew. They will still continue to have to do this most likely because I don't think once a week pickup can satisfy the needs of the residents. As discussed, all the pricing is there. The majority of our customers, other than I think maybe up to close to 400, a little less than 400, require a second can. That's an additional fee. It is an additional fee under our current contract. We're currently paying, under our current contract, $28.50 with no bulk pickup. The bids came in for a base once-a-week pickup to include bulk waste. Hometown bid was $26.79. Waste Pro for once-a-week pickup and bulk pickup was $23.97. And Waste Connection for once-a-week pickup, they did not price bulk pickup in their quote. I'm not sure why, but their pricing is $28.78. So for the majority of our customers that do not choose to have the additional can, Waste Pro base bid is the cheapest, and that is going to be staff's recommendation. Now, one other point, these rates that I quoted do not include an administrative fee. And I would suggest that we add possibly $1 administrative fee because the other new companies, whichever one it is, other than our existing vendor, have made it very clear they will take the phone calls. They deliver the trash cans. We've been doing that for a couple of years. These girls get inundated with phone calls. Within the last 2 months, we've changed that with Waste Connection, and all the calls are being forwarded directly to them. We still get occasional email we have to send them, but it's much reduced work on the staff, and I anticipate that to continue in the future.
We did talk about this during the workshop, but now that we're in the public meeting and there's people that may be watching this, this will not result in an increase in any customer bill. Is that, even with the administrative fee that needed to be added, is that correct?
Correct.
Matter of fact, they will probably get a slight reduction.
If you go with the recommended Waste Pro bid at $23.97 and you add administrative fee, they're currently paying $28.50.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the alderman?
So wait a minute, run that figures it again. So the Waste Pro, their total is $23.97, and then you add the $1 for the administrative fee, right?
We could, yes, ma'am.
And then, so that would be $24.97.
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be the amount that we'd put in section 2 in our resolution, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I got a question.
Can I suggest that we add 3 cents and just make it an even number for the residents? Instead of, is it 79 cents or 97?
97.
97.
Okay.
So that'd be
$25 flat.
25 even.
And everybody gets a $5 reduction in their bill.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cates.
We having so much trouble with the company we got now. What we're gonna have to fight for the next 6 months when they find out they didn't get it.
I know.
I'm sure they're probably watching tonight. I
We've
would
had
be.
many discussions and meetings with the existing company, and again, I'm not gonna say too much, but the service has improved as far as them delivering cans and responding to calls, but I would think it's still subpar for what we expect.
And maybe a question for Mr. Tom. Do we have a leg to stand on fighting them if they just slack off and do what they want to?
I mean, they've got 6 months left on their contract.
Right.
So, I mean, that's,
They are a professional company still under contract, and they may want to rebid on our business at some point in the future. I don't think they're gonna do anything to negatively.
And again, the example,
Impact that.
Waste Pro did not make a good impression on the last bid. This time they did. So,
Yes,
I wouldn't want to penalize them or say anything derogatory about that company because those
Right.
guys work hard.
Yes. Anything else?
I have a question. Will this get our town out of the garbage can deliveries and pickup service?
We already are. We stopped doing that a couple of months ago.
Yes. Okay.
That takes a load off of Dennis and them, don't it?
A little bit, yes.
All right, if there's nothing else, I'll take a motion. Resolution 2521.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion to approve Resolution 2521 with the selection of the staff recommendation of Waste Pro at the price of $23.97 plus the administrative fee of $1.03, which would make it a total of $25.
I have a motion to accept from Alderman Hummel. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is Resolution 2522, a food truck permit approval. Can I have a motion to hear? From anyone? Well, you have to be an alderman.
Motion to hear Resolution 2522.
Motion to hear. Thank you, Alderman Austin. Mr. Ellis.
Yes, as discussed in previous work session or board meeting, I believe, the board approval by resolution is required for the food truck ordinance. Both of these vendors have successfully completed and passed all required inspections and again, are required by the code, that have been required by the code department and the fire marshal's office. This approval will be for 1 year, beginning from today's date.
Do they have to come back before us every year with this?
As I understand it, yes, sir.
And that keeps them in compliance and keeps them inspected on a regular basis?
Correct.
Okay. Any questions from the alderman? Any
And
comments?
we only have two, as you can see in the ordinance. Amigos Food Truck, located at 14670 Highway 194, and Cairo Gyro, located at Exxon Station at 3340 Highway 64.
I know it rhymes, but you didn't say it
I
right.
didn't say it right. I knew I didn't say it right. I knew it.
Are they gonna be on the parking lot?
They're gonna be where they exist, where they are now. They're not moving, nothing's changing. It's just the peddlers, the food truck ordinance requires board approval by resolution.
I got a question for Ian. I thought back in the past, it was passed that you couldn't have two businesses on the same place,
Two business on,
on the same lot, two businesses. You got Exxon, you got a food truck.
okay.
Is that two different businesses, right? They own the same property.
Well, it'd be two different businesses, but I'm not familiar with that. I mean, when you look at a strip mall, you have X number of businesses. So the food truck ordinance address specifically all the means for a food truck, and that's fine. I'm not sure on your question.
I thought it was
But
passed.
before, when you were looking at food trucks, you said you could not have another business there. Is that what you're asking, Frank?
I guess it, because that's, to the best of my knowledge, that was passed a few years ago, that you
Yeah.
couldn't have two different businesses on the same property.
Okay, okay. With this ordinance that was passed, that would supersede the prior one. So a food truck can be, when you look at the requirements for it, one of them is that you couldn't use any more than 20% of the total parking spaces. What we don't want is a food truck to go into a place that's already crowded, remove a lot of the parking spaces, compete with another restaurant nearby, and then both cause a fiasco. So on both of these, you don't have that issue. Along with other requirements, you have to have nearby restroom, variety of different
This
things.
is just food trucks, right?
This is just food trucks, yes, sir.
So what happens now, if somebody comes out here and wants to do something else? Well, if I want to buy a trailer and put a bunch of clothes on it and sell them off somebody's parking lot, just come get a permit?
That would be through our current peddlers, solicitors work.
Can I make a quick
We
comment?
don't have a solicitor's list anymore.
Well,
No,
we're
it's
about-
solicitor's permit.
We're about to
The
talk.
current one that we have. Food truck is very specific, it's defined that way. When Tom addressed it, I mean, you're talking, it has to be serving food in a variety of different ones. If you want to sell T-shirts or something of that nature, that would be under our current, what I understand, would be our current solicitors, peddlers ordinance, where you have to have a background check, I think, $250, permission from the property owner, variety of different things.
Let me make a quick comment, just for some history for the new board members. And I think what Mr. Cates is referring to, in the past, we had a food truck operator that did not have a license, did not have a permit of any kind. He was just setting up on someone else's property and conducting business. And we did put a stop to that. These people actually go through the proper procedures. They are licensed, they have permits. Like they said, code enforcement, fire department does checks. These are permitted, and I think if anybody else were to come in, they'd have to go through the exact same procedures.
That is correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So are we keeping up with the paying them, are they paying sales tax on their food?
They have to do that through the state, as any other vendor would have to do. We don't go and question them and ask them for proof of that. That's
All
not
right,
our job.
somebody in here, either Harvey or the mayor's got a right to check that.
I can do that.
Could I bet you the property owner is charging them to park that trailer there?
Oh, I would hope so. If I was a property owner and you had another business, I would charge you.
Then he should be paying sales tax on that too.
Yeah.
I'll check on that.
Any other questions, any other comments?
Thank you, Ed.
Okay, I'll take a motion when you're ready. Motion to accept from Alderman Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I stand.
Vice Mayor abstains. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. All right. Next up, Resolution 2523, authorizing the mayor to renew contract agreement with Fayette County Board of Education. Can I get a motion to hear?
I make a motion to hear Resolution 25-23.
Got a motion to hear from Alderman Humble. Mr. Ellis.
Yes, Mayor and Board, this resolution will renew the agreement with the Fayette County Board of Education for use of the facilities located at Oakland Elementary and West Junior High School. This has been an ongoing agreement that's renewed annually, and staff recommends renewal. Nothing has changed in this agreement that I'm aware of. Chase is here if you have any questions.
The names at the back need to change.
Okay.
They're not current.
Yeah, we had draft on this, so we.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just a
Warner
one-year,
Speakman
We
is
just got
the,
this
is
just a
the
few.
chairman. And then, of course, they just recently hired a new director, which is a Dr. McPherson.
Thanks.
So, we need to change those two names
Yes,
on there.
ma'am.
is this just a year?
Yes, 1 year.
This is for the ball fields that we use for youth sports.
I'm
Any other
hoping.
questions? Comments?
Nope.
Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to pass it.
Motion to pass from Vice Mayor Cates. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Campbell. All in favor?
Ah,
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is Resolution 2524. This is a resolution authorizing the town of Oakland to hire demolition services for improvements located on parcel 061.00 on tax map 86. Can I get a motion to hear?
Motion to hear Resolution 25-24.
Motion to hear from Alderman Campbell. Mr. Ellis.
You guys are well aware of the condemnation process that we're going through for address located on Mallory Drive. I think the reason for this tonight, there's been a change in the actual price. The Fayette County landfill increased their fees recently. Would that be the?
Right, so the Fayette County landfill has raised their fees from $50 a ton to $60 a ton, and it was based on that Mr. Williams' quote came in at the original quote of $8,500 to demolish the structure, $750 to remove the septic and fill it in, and then there was added to that a fee to cover the cost of the landfill expenses, and that came in at $1,000, which put it over $10,000. It was $10,250, which exceeds the limit on what the board can approve without getting bids. And so I went back to Mr. William and explained that to him, and he agreed just to absorb the cost, the additional cost at the landfill on his own. And so the cost now is $10,000, which is compliant with the purchasing order.
All right,
It is.
I'm sorry. Go through that math again. It's $8,500 to demolish the house,
$8,500 for the demolition,
all right?
$750 to remove the septic and fill it in with concrete.
Okay. So the county's gonna not make us pay $250?
Well, Shelby County's gonna, Fayette County's gonna make us pay it, but Mr. Williams gonna absorb the cost. So he's just making less out of this transaction.
I understand. Okay. And
Who
Mr.
owns
Pulliam
this?
would be the homeowner?
Mr. William would be the
No
demolition.
one, there's,
Okay,
Nobody owns it?
I'm
well,
sorry.
somebody
The
owns it,
demolition
but they're
company.
not alive.
Is that clear as mud for
What
everybody?
happens to the property?
Okay.
I
So-
can go over it again.
No, the result of this is we're not gonna go over $10,000.
We're not gonna go over $10,000.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, I just asked Harvey one.
Ask me again.
You tear that down, what happens to the property? Nobody owns it, they're gone, so who
It's
owns the property?
just like the grass cutting.
Every property is owned by somebody, and that's what title lawyers are there to figure out sometimes. But, we don't really know who owns that property, but at some point it's gonna go to a tax sale because it's gonna be a $10,000 lien in favor of the town, that's not gonna get paid. So it's very similar to the grass situation.
Is that property worth $10,000 where that old house is sitting?
I don't know.
So why would we want to spend all that much money if we can't get our money back out of it?
Well, as I hear Mayor Neal and Somerville say, on a regular basis,
Do we know the size of the, how much land are we talking about? Do we know that? A third of an acre?
Yeah. The house is completely fallen down. The roof's caved in.
I've seen it.
It's been vacant for
It's
many
bad.
years.
It's bad.
Well, we need to put that in the budget next year. If you don't use it, it goes right back in the fund.
Any other questions or comments? I'll take a motion when you're ready.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 25-24 regarding the demolition, the authorizing the demolition services.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second from Alderman Austin. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Moving on to other items of business. It says other items of business items. I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can fix that.
Emergency purchase of approval of 75 Clay Street. I'm going to let Mr. Ellis
Yes,
talk about that.
I sent you guys an email, or possibly two, about a situation we had across the street in the office at 75 Clay Street. We had it's a conventional foundation with floor joists. We had a room in the center of the building drop down several inches, 3 plus maybe even more. We contracted with Montoya Construction to tear that out for $9,973. That was for, we'll call the middle room of the house. They got in, they took the flooring up. There were multiple rotted floor joists. There was mold everywhere. So that changed everything. It extended into another room. So he gave us the same price to do the second room. And I actually had a mold company, a local company, Shield Environmental. They came out to clean up the mold, treat the area. This took several weeks, okay? 90+ degree temperatures. Staff over there had to be relocated. And then that cost was, for Shield Environmental, was $10,239. The old flex duct for the air conditioning was collapsed and covered in mold. We had to remove all that and go back with hard duct. Contacted 3 companies. Somerville Heating and Air came out. I met them. They looked under there. We had Premier Heating and Air come out. They looked at it. And Chokes Heating and Air came out. They looked at it. After several days of the staff being hot, we had to buy window units. We were trying to work, being relocated. I chose to go with the only one that gave the price, was Premier. And that was $12,327. The reason I'm bringing this up to you guys, to go for sealed bids, you guys changed last year $25,000 to limit. But anything over 10, I'm required to have 3 written quotes. Because of the situation, and I consider emergency, I have to bring this to you guys to make you aware of it. And I feel I had no other choice. I did my due diligence to try to get this resolved as quickly as possible. We have 5 staff members over there, and this went on for several weeks, maybe even a month. So I just wanted to put these numbers out to you guys and let you know that is a very old home. It was a home at one time, and just reinforced the need for space, safe working space. We spent a total of $42,000 to patch up that mess. And the mold was bad. And I'm open to try to answer any questions you have, any questions for me. I guarantee you Ms. Lori could speak on this topic for 20 minutes. But
I was in Miss Lori's office. It was quite hot. With the available air running, it was quite hot. Didn't we have some employees that had to go home for a day or two? That could not physically work?
We did lose some work. There were some reactions to the situation. We had Miss Jenna moved over here, worked several days up front with the water ladies, and it was a bad situation. So just want to make you aware. I did what I had to do to solve it, and it is what it is.
Any questions?
You couldn't ask them to work in that kind of environment anyway.
No, sir.
Anything else? Need a motion.
No, we don't have to have approval. I just have to acknowledge the public meeting and make you guys aware of it.
It was emergency, he
Okay.
did.
So we just need to make certain it's covered in the minutes, so we know that that's on there, that
Okay.
emergency situation. Gotcha.
There you go. All right, next item is a possible workshop.
Yes, if I may, Mr. Mayor.
Yep.
I didn't hear, I do think we need another workshop. I didn't hear, I think Alderman Cates even mentioned that he was wanting one. Maybe we can cover the same topic. I think Alderman Cates, didn't you say charter topic that he wants to cover? So whatever he wants on that. And I would also like to make certain we cover at that same workshop. I'd like to go back to the logo situation. We had one workshop where we discussed the town logo. We had discussion about it. Some people talked, some people didn't. And then we come up with our ordinance to have the logo that we picked, which was Resolution 25-16, and then it was pulled. We never got to hear or vote about it or whatever. So I would like to get some of these matters cleared up so they're not going over and over and over, and add that to the workshop, and everyone come forward. If you've got somebody of yours that's got one that they want to bring forth again, bring it. Let's decide, let's get ready, and let's vote. Let's move on.
And just so the board knows, we have a graphic artist that's helping out for free, working on this right now to make it better. Wanted it tonight, don't have it tonight. I fully expect to have it for the August meeting. If you still want to have a workshop, we can, but I expect the ordinance to be on the August meeting.
Now, okay, so, but can we, at the workshop, see what you're talking about?
Sure.
So, I mean, that's what we need to do. Maybe some of us like it, maybe some of us don't. Because I know we had kind of liked the one that Mr. Joe McDonald did, and I think it looks pretty good on a hat and a shirt that I saw. So we need to make certain everyone's in agreement with what we're doing. So you can bring out a sketch or whatever it is, and we can talk about it, the colors and whatever.
We also have the charter for the vice mayor.
All right, so at least I know those two things I'd like to see.
Fire lane discussion as well?
Yes, fire lane discussion, yes.
We never did do anything on the code of ethics either. That was talked about 2 or 3
Oh,
times.
We have code of ethics. We're talking about two different things, though.
I said on the
yeah.
We're talking
workshop.
about rules and not code of
Exactly.
ethics.
This is on the workshop.
I don't want to put too many items on the workshop. I don't think that's too many. But is there any way we could also start discussion with the November veterans thing? There's some people that I know that are working on it. I've had a young lady send me a proposal. I think there's a proposal in-house. And I think Mr. Yant is working on it too. If we could start coming up with these ideas and share them with everybody so we all know what people are wanting and we can all work together. And if anybody's got any suggestions out there, this is an Oakland event. Please come forth with your suggestion and we'll try to incorporate as many of these ideas that we can.
If we're talking about fire lanes and stuff, can we include the parking on the streets with all this? Can we get an all-encompass? No?
I thought he was, Tom and,
Well, if we're gonna have a workshop about parking on the streets and talk about fire lanes, right, we can also get input from the fire and the police. Okay, can that be on the workshop while we're talking about the cars? Okay.
Now that we've talked about it, can we pick a date? Normally we do a workshop we have in the past, the first Thursday of each month. That way, whatever we discuss, that gives our staff 2 weeks in time, at least 1 week to prepare our packet. So in case anything we discuss at the workshop.
Let me make a suggestion. Since this meeting is in 2 weeks, it's still July. Could we do it on July 31st?
That's awfully close.
That's 2 weeks away.
Still, guys, 2 weeks is tough. There's a lot to do going into this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you more time to have to prepare the packet. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming you were talking about the 1st of August, which was the 7th.
Yeah, yeah.
If we do it on
Yes,
July 31st, then you have 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks to get the packet together. It's up to you guys.
I'd like the 7th myself. Yeah. No, I think the 7th would be good.
Oh, no, you're talking about to get ready for the workshop.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What about the
exactly.
7th? What about Thursday, August 7th?
Okay.
Okay.
Since it's a workshop, can we do it earlier?
No earlier than 6.
Yeah, we could do it earlier in the week. I mean, you know,
No, I meant earlier
well,
in
we
the
got
day.
planning meeting on the 5th.
I meant in the day.
Oh, yeah.
6,
Is everybody good with 6 o'clock?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
6 o'clock on August the 7th, we'll have a workshop and talk about many things,
Many things.
from shoes and ships to sealing wax. to
Maybe we can get
cabbages
pizza.
and kings.
Bring pizza.
Hey, we can have, cake is good.
Pizza and
Okay.
Coca-Cola. Okay,
Um,
thank you. Thank you,
oh.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. We do have one other item. I would need a motion, if anyone's interested in entering into an executive session.
I make a motion to enter into executive session.
I have a motion from the vice mayor to enter into executive session. Do I have a second? Second from Alderman Bailey. All in favor? We'll be back.
I wouldn't wanna make him mad.
You ain't at that kickstand age yet? I'm at that kickstand, like if I'm gonna bend over, dude, I gotta put my kickstand.
Oh, I'm starting later. I'm at that age. I've been swinging it in about 2 months. We should fight.
So they were just kidding when they said you were retiring? Yeah, I know. Kim, you know how Christy spells her name, Brown?
Yeah.
Brian's with an I.
No.
here yet.
All right, it's 8:27. I will declare us back in session. I'll entertain a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the recommendation from our legal counsel that he gave us in the executive session.
I have a motion. Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. I'm a little disappointed that these new aldermen don't get the pleasure of going through tons of invoices every month like we used to do in the past. There are no invoices, is that correct? Thank you. Yes, but we used to have to go through tons of, yes. There's only one thing left.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.